I think it should be push bot because of the Caitlyn Karma for LGD. Most likely push for mid, maybe not in the earlier game, but it will be later on when Nivea just destroys the waves very quickly. His support with his ADC, getting this early Dragon Prio that have still remained incredibly important throughout like the beginning of 2026 so far. Every team is stacking. Drake's hung. Could look to force a flash here.
Is positioned very well. Nice use of that wall to make sure Bulldog gets hit by that stun and it's forced to flash away.
Yeah, great. I mean, now level 6. Ryze can't get out. He can ult, but you can cancel that super easily. Croco maybe tries to get something back, but pretty impossible against any of your wall. That's aggressive. Tongyuan, yeah, misses it, goes wide, but I like the idea.
And Croco jumps in without having that Wind Becomes Lightning, but they're just gonna burst down the Jarvan. Hung goes in, and that is first blood going the way of LNG. But now on the backside of things, YCX is gonna make it a trade, as it is just both junglers going down off of a play in the mid lane.
We're definitely in Group Nirvana, I can say that. It's fun. A lot more fighting. Flash, yeah, that was... Oh, back alive.
Back to live, yeah. Bulldog, again, doesn't have that flash. Going to be in trouble again, but Tongyuan also getting targeted. It's Hung. It's going to go under the turret. One more auto will do it, but both him and Tongyuan will fall as a result. Croco gets one kill, Bulldog gets the other, and it's a 2-for-1 for LNG, as just a very aggressive over-indexation here on the red side. But he's not found the plays that he's been looking for so far.
Yeah, Hung has that level 6, and like I said earlier, does have the advantage in ganks up against the Zinza, who struggles to close the gap in the early game and doesn't have any CC to set up for, but will fall off for the later the game goes this Jarvan. Starting up the Drake now, has that ult, and with a bot prio that had been generated with this mid prio as well, as you can see Tongyuan first on the roam. Dragon will be secured basically for free. It's one Dragon now, but LNG have the gold lead. Barrier, adaptive force pot, so if they were to all in now, maybe after the first items, the Corki would be favored. Nice little grubs trade after the Dragon had been taken by LGD. So this will just be the grubs for Dragon trade that we're super accustomed to from last year. I will say, we can't see it right now, but at least as of last night, when the quests all get completed on the movement speed boots, pardon me as well, but Sasa might be dead here.
Public execution forward. Sasa goes an early Hex Drinker, and he's being aggressive because he knows Hung's in the area as well. The Equalizer not going to find a whole lot. Sheer flashes away, but that means he can be trapped in the Equalizer with Hung, waiting to overheat potentially, but the Q2 alongside the Dragon Strike is going to tie the kill score up at 3. They want to even up this count at 1.
What can we do here? Hung doesn't have ult available, and Croco does with that flash. Hard for Caitlyn Karma to walk in. This is the problem when you don't have an engaged support. You've got the range, but you simply cannot walk in to the short range of LNG. The poke is nice, but you have to give up the Dragon.
Herald, with Sheer able to run it down here as well. So overall, very nice control of these neutral objectives so far for LNG. They're able to get that and maintain their goal lead of about 1,000 so far in this first game. Speaking of a play in response, it's going to be Croco popping that Rift Herald and going for the tier 1 turret in the mid lane. Going to at least get them that plate, maybe make it a little bit easier to burst down once they get another couple of opportunities in that mid lane.
Oh no. Oh, I was getting ready to talk about Hung, maybe caught, but should be able to bomb plan his way out. I was getting ready to talk about how I don't necessarily think that...
But now Sasa is going to be taking some of that tower aggro. Most notably at this point, though, is that Bulldog does not have a teleport, and Sasa does have his if they want to go for a play, but instead it looks like LGD have abandoned the bottom side of the map. They're going to allow for Croco to get their second Dragon of the game and set up that advantage for LNG along with this bottom lane tier 1 turret. Another instance here, Jay Beto, of LNG getting a lot without LGD getting much in response.
They don't get the kill. They only just now get the tower, so that makes it feel a little better. But they lost the tower in bot lane and the Drake with no kills happening. Caitlyn Karma is something you play for the priority. You need to be set up in the river.
Their advantage, Xayah and 1xN trading in the mid lane, but that's all it's going to be. Just a couple auto attacks back and forth. We're just waiting for that one big fight to eventually break this game open.
I have to say, for the skill level of the LPL and Nirvana in general,
this time he's out of Karma. He's going to be forced onto Hung, one of the newer members of this LGD team, to force the initiative, make plays, unless it's Sasa who teleports right in the mid lane, but also into 3 members of LNG. Meanwhile, Kronko's fighting a 1v3 and winning at that with the Crescent Guard being popped. Tidal Wave hits onto Tongyeon, he's forced to flash away, and now is getting burned alive by the Equalizer. A free kill given over to LNG as they will claim control of the mid lane and make their way down towards their 3rd dragon.
The dash in here from YXN. 1XN, sorry.
Oh, takes a ton of damage as well from Sheer. He flashes in and lands the Electro Harpoon to seal the deal on the LGD 80 carry. Hung in some trouble as well, and the public execution does not connect onto 1XN either. So, another kill, another tier 2, and hey, a glorified support. Meanwhile, Kroko with missing by his side with 3 full items. Bit of a stat stick on LGD's composition, and he's going forward onto Xiaoya. A one-shot of the enemy 80 carry, and it might be another kill onto YCX as well. Public execution from Sasa is not going to be enough to try to save his life, as the rest of LNG are going to collapse upon him. The Equalizer slowing him down, and Sheer will pick up another kill. It is a 3-0 in favor of LNG, and they're not done just yet. Realm Warp underneath the tier 3 turret to lock down Hung and take the Jarvan down. Only Tongyeon remains, as it is a 5v1 on the map for LNG, as they can look for the mid lane turret, they could look for the Baron. The whole world is their oyster at this point.
It really feels their LNG were waiting for 3 items on Rise. That's the trigger pull. Okay, they were on Soul Point, or getting to Soul Point, sorry. But as soon as Bulldog got this Actualizer item, 1XN got his 3 items too, and that was a while ago. Haven't been back since. Bulldog has to flash away, but Kroko, oh my god.
And now Kroko, he just has such a big opportunity to go once again onto Xiaoya. Same result here in the mid lane. Tongyeon flashes away from that Realm Warp, but only sends in missing, but that's another big member down for LGD, as they have lost 8 kills in a row to the might of LNG.
Yeah, we're back to, what is it, situation 1. Choice A in the multiple choice question for how many kills are we going to get in Group Nirvana. This has been another, like 10 or so in under 10 minutes. LNG waiting, biding their time until they felt the scaling had come in. And it's on these 3 items from Bulldog and 1XN that they just keep going forward. They take the Soul fight, or the Soul Point fight, they get the Baron, and no fear at all here.
And sheer style in on Tongyeon as well. Gets away from Hung. Flag and drag, stays safe, and now rejoins his team to take this bottom lane inhibitor. The Baron buff's available for another minute or so, but LNG don't want to push for the end. Instead,
staying in the Cataclysm, press ult and fight Hung, but they don't have a play. The Equalizer was great. It did a lot of damage. It slowed everybody on LNG. Get the items in a second when I can see them, but we've got 10,000 gold lead. Yeah, 4 items on Bulldog, 4 items on 1XN, and listen, it hasn't even finished 2.
Is going to get caught out by the public execution of Sasa, but not going to be taken down just yet. A lot of resources to try to just kill the enemy support. And look at the havoc that Sheer and Bulldog are wreaking on the back end of the team fight. It's the egg pop. Bulldog gets the final blow, and now Xiaoya is getting hit up and taken down as a double kill in for the Korean Rise. And that should do it. Only YCX remains, and he will watch his base crumble with LNG claiming game 1.
All that for just me, says Missing, and LNG will walk in easy fashion and clean up this game, Grapes.
But regardless, fun composition for LGD. I think they got a little bit more of what they wanted. Xiaoya on the Aphelios definitely provides a good late game damage backup plan, and then this mid jungle Hung and Tongyeon gonna want to get active across the map.
Grubs, ooh, miss from YCX. Just a Grub for Dragon trade. This is, actually, never mind.
Here comes the Grand Starfall onto Hung. Across the river goes Kroko and Bulldog coordinating on this play. And they're going to be able to chunk out the enemy jungler. One more auto does not proc the passive, but the weirding does, and Bulldog will pick up first blood. 2-man solar flare, and there's the Mega Inferno Bomb as well. LNG looking to try to burst it down LGD, but Xiaoya with the red and white guns able to get a kill back, and is still able to pump out a bunch of damage before Bulldog eventually shuts him down. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of LNG, and now the teleport has come forward as it's going to be Sasa looking to rejoin the fight with Bulldog without a flash. Will get stunned up at a counter strike and taken down. A shutdown goes the way of Sasa, and we're evened up at 2 in game 2. 2.
If we ignore the Sasa great roam, which I'm not going to ignore, but if we ignore it for a second, that was a full net positive for LNG where they win across the board. We saw when Ziggs gets picked up last year. But Rocket Belt Aurora, I haven't seen... Oh, Croco, nice roam.
Another beautiful Grand Starfall. Seeing Xiaoya chunked, goes straight in and gets that kill on to the Aphelios. This dragon fight potentially, which he's not even going to be able to use it for that because Croco is there first and able to claim it. So it kind of goes back to the point that I was trying to make before that play ended up starting. Hung and Tangyuan on Vi Ahri. This is right up their wheelhouse. What we've seen in the Demacia Cup, them going for plays together as a duo, being aggressive. But then we see the Pantheon to send Croco away. So play on the bot lane fails here for LNG, which means that LGD can start off the Rift Herald. Should be able to burst it down rather easily, and no smite in sight for LNG. Sheer pops a Dominus, but is going to get stunned up by the Counter-Strike, and the Rift Herald does get secured by LGD. But here comes the remaining fight. Xiaoya in tremendous trouble and gets taken down by 1xN instantly. Hung going to be in the Rift Herald to keep himself unvulnerable for now. Landed Akabanda missing, and Tangyuan with the final issuance of that ultimate will be able to get the kill onto the Leona. LNG will back away after only losing one, but now Sasa is going to be in some trouble before eventually popping the teleport to get away. The Rift Herald does belong here to LGD, but LNG get another kill on the board.
Sure, Hung gets the Herald. It's used immediately. That objective doesn't even count. Really? It's a bit of golden XP. Croco
finds Hung once again, but Sasa is in the right place at the right time. Flash will be traded by both junglers, and it will be Hung able to jump back in and give Sasa his second kill of the game.
Xiaoya, he dies so fast, and then the Herald, okay, it did crash it. We didn't see that. I thought he ran away with it, but it did crash, so that's a fair objective. This was cool.
That was great. Hey, remember, Leona Q counts as an auto attack, so
guys, press your E on Jax. It's pretty strong. 1xN.
Good ability. Missing's going to be in a bit of trouble, though, as LGD send all 5 members down here into the bottom side river. Will be alive for this next dragon, though, which is spawn. Try to give themselves soul point. Tangyuan dashes to the wall, does not land the charm. That means that LNG should be able to control this area.
Hung has his R button still. This is a great time to use it.
Who will the target be? In goes Sheer, landing that stun onto Hung. But look at the collapse. Bulldog has been taken down by Xiaoya, who is red-white and already has a double kill in this team fight, forcing Sheer back. But he's on the wrong side of the rift, and Sasa will take him down. A decisive team fight for LGD, gets them 3 kills and the dragon.
What an engage from YCX.
Side of Hung. Will there be a continued follow-up? Don't think so at this point, with LNG fully committed to that mid lane. Here comes Croco, though. He uses the Empowered Blast Cone, goes for a big stun on the Hung, but he's going to get bursted down rather easily, and Xiaoya's back in with a Moonlight Vigil to take down 2 more. It is a double kill back in for the Aphelios, and now LGD can start up the Baron for good.
Again, the engage. Bulldog.
Oh, what a charm from max range. Tangyuan finds the target. Bulldog not going to be able to be taken down, but that'll be the nail in the coffin for this Baron fight. LGD going to secure it and maybe even look for more, as LNG were looking for a push in the mid lane instead. Patience is finally rewarded for LGD fans. They get their first major objective of the series.
Not even able to trade that tier 2 in mid. The engage again from LNG is onto Hung, and again it doesn't hit because Hung buffers with his own ult. At the beginning of the game, Xiaoya was the one getting caught. He has the cleanse. See how much damage that 1xN does. Imagine if that was Pantheon W as well. He's dead, but instead it's onto Hung every time, so in the last 2, and we haven't been able to kill him because the damage hasn't been hitting.
Game, as LGD will be able to get this dragon off the back of their Baron power play, and even up that count at 2 as well. Their next focus will be some of these structures.
A real gold lead for themselves, a really solid one too. It's only 2 Drakes to LGD. It's a while away from Sol. You've got a minute left of Baron. If you can hold on to your base, you will be in an okay spot to fight. The problem is that LGD have done a great job of pushing. We're up 6,000 gold after this Baron play. They were up 700 around about when they won that Dragon fight before. Not too far away from actually doing really meaningful damage. Has Crypt Bloom, 9 attacks of Darkseal now. We're
send
going again.
And it's going to be on to Tangyuan, but he is tanky with that Rod of Ages in tow. Spirit Rush going to get him away from that extra damage of Bulldog. And that means they're going to get away from now until Kroko finally flashes forward and shuts down the Ahri. Moonlight Vigil only onto the Pantheon, so that is a big play for LNG.
Maybe a miscommunication. Sasa has the Empowered Blast Cone. He should be fine to get out of this. No, they're fighting?
A little bit here, but then it's going to send Sheer right over as he had beautiful foresight to flash straight in to that Blast Cone. With the Dominance going to stay alive, and Missing's going to help keep him there. It's going to be a big shutdown onto Sasa as Sheer picks up nearly a K. That is another 2 big kills here for LNG, and Kroko's able to survive by popping that Aegis as well. They are right back into this game number 2.
And they've halved the gold lead nearly. After this tower, they basically have...
Tangyuan looking for a flank. Spirit rushes forward. The target is 1xN, but he's able to flash away. But 1xCX with a big Magnet Storm is going to slow down the retreat of LNG until Sasa comes in with a teleport. Not going to find a stun here with that counter strike, and now the counter attack here is in for LNG. They take down Hung. Sasa going forward, but once again not finding a stun until he jumps forward back on that 1xN. But Sheer with the dominance is massive and is going to chunk YCX down again. Moonlight Vigil not going to burst anybody down as Sasa has gone golden, and he can be able to push away by the Satchel Charge. Missing not able to get any more members low unless LNG can lock him down. Dragon has been started up. It will be soul point for whoever's able to claim it, but Hung's going to go forward onto Kroko. It is red and white guns for Xiaoya. The Aphelios will be a big problem, and so is Sasa as he lands the counter-strike, but YCX starting to get taken down, but there go the carries. There goes Bulldog. Hung already low, and Sasa's diving the back line. Guardian Angel has been popped for Kroko. He's going to stay alive, but finally 1xN will get taken down. It's up to Sheer. Has the dominance, but Tangyuan and Xiaoya able to stand tall. They get the kill onto the Leona, and they're going to go into the mid lane with only Sheer left standing.
Xiaoya against the world. He buys the QSS in base. He doesn't even need to use it. LNG had a hold over this series, and they fumble it completely. They have a game plan that is right in their faces, and they can't execute on. LGD should bring this to a 1-1 and find their in this series.
Kill number 7 for Xiaoya as he dings level 16 right as the Nexus will fall. LGD survive, and they will take us to a decider.
It's a tough one. We haven't seen on-hit virus at all this year, I believe. Maybe not even in Demacia. I don't know about the other regions, but in LPL, to my knowledge, it's only been poke virus, lethality virus.
Get this push out before the teleport comes in. But he does not know that Hung is in the area. That's going to be the cannon already gone, and it might be even more as Bulldog is in trouble and doesn't have his flash. Hung is just chasing him down, pushing him to first blood on LGD's side.
He used to just lay in these cleavers onto the members of LNG. Nice ult from Sasa.
Forward on Tangyuan, does not have that flash, and a fully charged knockup will connect.
What?
All too easy here for LNG as their top side collapses onto the Ori. But for now, this will be a very big boost to both the momentum as well as just the pure on record for these teams to try to get themselves a spot in that play-in stage. Stage number 2 of your Split 1 playoffs in the LPL. Kroko and Missing trying to clear out some vision, but Hung is being a bit of a nuisance, and so instead, it's going to be Kroko looking to try to collapse him on. He doesn't want to pop the Cyclone because he still has the passive in his hand, and now the bullet time is going to come out and nearly chunk Missing down to 0 HP. Kroko finally goes in. The wild growth going to knock Xiaoya up as well, and a beautiful play from the LNG bottom lane allow for Kroko to pick up 2 kills.
Just sends it with the flash over the wall, and now LNG will secure this Drake. Look at the lead that's exploded as well. 1,000 gold from 1xN. Does he have Bork in base? He will be close, but the flash over the wall happens. It still tethers to Xiaoya over the wall, and we're back at live.
Yeah, Hung has no ultimate. Kroko just able to kill him with a crushing blow. That's a full Triforce at 10 minutes here for your Wukong in game number 3, as Kroko has fully come online in this game for LNG.
We didn't see the full of that, but that looked like a full-on solo kill. We'll have to see the assists because I don't think anyone had a
don't
part
think
of
so.
that but Croco. He's the only person with 100% kill participation. Have the heal available thanks to Spellbook. They've maintained this tower. I'm impressed that LGD have kept this standing. Croco's over the wall here. Can't see him on screen, but look at the map.
And now YCX looking aggressive as well. Whoa! Bulldog just sits in the middle of that shockwave. And this time it works out for Tongyuan. That's a solo kill for the Orianna.
This Akali lane does get better, but Croco got the blue. Oh, that sucks.
2-level lead right now. And
That's
a
horrifying.
tower going down to the bot lane for 1xN and missing. They finally break it open, and so allows for the Zehen to flash away.
That's a moment where Sasa is just spamming F as fast as he can on his keyboard. It does get off. Or D, I think, actually. He might have D. Flash on D. But it does get off, and he's able to get away. Herald has spawned. LNG do not want to give this up. They're moving forward. Croco has that Cyclone available. Herald's already been taken, though. Missing will just be able to watch Hung walk away.
Soul Point. Mountain Soul Point at that for LNG. If they're able to pick this one up. Xiaoyu getting bursted down. Those Blight procs doing a ton as one more piercing arrow. Able to allow for 1xN to get a 2v2 in the mid lane. Sasa almost able to take that Akali down. Does have teleport.
Herald?
Want to go for a fight. The Rift Herald just popped to try to take this tower down.
Oh!
Nearly able to do so, but it will survive with the slightest amount of HP still available.
There was no flash on MF on Xiaoyu because it was burnt earlier by sheer really smart play from LNG. They know Xiaoyu can't get away. They will pick up the tower eventually, so that's not too bad. There's pings on Baron, neither used for 1xN. He has all his summoners and his flash available. It was just the wild growth from missing that was used.
Oh, Chain of Corruption gets McHale's by YCX, but that's enough for the mid lane tier 1 to finally go down. LNG going to be fearless here. They're going to start this one up.
I mean, TP behind from Sasa. Ghost out of Hong, we're going.
There's the initial engage. Croco does get over the wall, dodged away from the Renata. Ultimate Shockwave only finds the front line, but missing is going to get assassinated by Sasa. And the target is now 1xN with the flash over the wall and is able to shut him down before the revive can come through. Bulldog is in a bad position and will get dropped. It's a 3-for-2 overall with Hung and Tongyuan still at full HP.
Blue orb, but Xiaoyu continues to do the dragon. ADC does have a lot of gold, like I've been talking about, but this guy's been clicking pretty well. Dragon now will be fully taken. Careful in the mid lane. Tongyuan's caught.
Finds a Cyclone on the Tongyuan and forces him to flash away, but a big hostile takeover forces 1xN to one-shot missing all by his lonesome. Oh, 1xN, he gets his 5th kill, but it's on his opposing support. And it means that LGD is able to get that Dragon with a kill in their back pocket as well.
LNG still do have priority over this river. They have vision control as well, and they're first here. So LGD would need to force their way back in.
Missing already down to half HP, as he is going to be very squishy on the back line for LNG. Sasa dashing forward, but Croco on a flank finds a Cyclone onto the back line, but a big hostile takeover nonetheless. Xiaoyu gets deleted, and so does Sasa on the backside. Tongyuan and Hung are still alive, as Sasa with the revive is able to flash away, but he won't flash away from the might of 1xN. He gets the kill onto the Zehen, and still has Sheeran missing to try and take down this Dragon Soul.
It's like 1xN is
though.
just
They
going
just immediately
forwards.
take him down. Tongyuan, now the only one left standing, missing, is nearly taken down, but Tongyuan will not be able to get him. Sheer will chase the Orianna away, and 1xN will do the job around the Dragon himself. Mountain Soul claimed for LNG.
Wild growth, he's clicking flash away here from the front line, but Sasa again finds this instant flash. 1xN continues to go off. Range CC. There's actually no CC at all that can take down this QSS, so it's just being held for this hostile takeover. Look at how aggressive 1xN's playing. He has flash up. He's got a support behind him.
Not the best siege comp here for LNG, but they're going to get the job done in terms of these inner towers. Inhibitor towers still the ones left standing. They got 55 seconds, about a wave and a half left.
We've got 30 seconds on this Elder Grapes.
Yeah, we're getting
Minute and
close to
half
that
on
fight.
Dragon?
It might not even happen though.
Oh.
As Xiaoya is way too far forward in the mid lane. You might have your
Wow.
flash, but do not have your life at this point. Kroko finding the critical play, and LNG will have a numbers advantage for the Elder Dragon fight.
That's huge. No TP for Sheer, and ult is down for Kroko and missing. But how do you get in? The Elder Dragon has spawned. LGD, your chance is now, or you're losing this series.
Bulldogs on the flank. They need a steal, but Hung is getting stalled and
It's
slowed
gone.
by Sheer. He uses that unstoppable onslaught, and here comes the perfect execution. Sasa uses the ultimate just to get away, but the Elder Dragon has already been secured, and LGD are on the retreat.
All in your face. It will be the full concede of the Baron. They have every buff in pocket, Grapes.
Soul, Baron, Elder, the trifecta of neutral objective buffs right now for LNG. They're going to have maybe 45 seconds.
This game neither have a fast in to this game. Don't forget the 3 grubs alongside their buffs too. Not that it really matters, but it does add insult to injury. It means the towers go down even faster. LGD will stand alongside their Nexus, and as LNG move in and look to cement themselves as the first seed in Group Nirvana.
Slow lands onto Hung. He has to pop that ultimate early. They're going to lock down a Sheer, but he's very tanky. I think over 7,000 health at this point in the game, with that Soul Fairness continuing to tick. Here goes Kroko. He lands a 3-man Cyclone, and that should do it. Their hostile takeover will not be enough. The carries will fall one by one, and LNG can finally breathe a sigh of relief. It took them a little bit longer than they expected, but they'll get the win all the same. A 2-1 over LGD.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.